This is Pop Up, where the truth hits harder than Mama Slipper.
This is the last stop on this train.
All right, so I want to get straight to a hot topic, right?
Okay.
So, what do you think about people using the N-word?
Well, that's a tricky one because, see, the N-word itself is, it started out as a derogatory word for black people. And to me, there's a difference between a black man and a nigga. A nigga is a mentality. Let me show you something. That's why I say it's a mentality. If I get jumped, stabbed, shot, robbed, any one of them things, chances are who's going to do it? You see? You see how you laugh because you know chances are it's going to be a
Right.
So this is why I say is a mentality, because you can be a black man, but people going to look at you as a, but you might not be a, because they used it to put us down, like you ain't nothing. You're just a, and we take that word and use it as a word of endearment. Right. It's like they say when your kidnapper kidnap you, you fall in love with them or whatever, you know, because how are you going to call me a something that's less than a person, and I'm going to see you and be like, you my man, oh my.
Right.
It is the dumbest thing in the world to me.
So what do you think about like people from other cultures using that word?
I don't have a problem with it. Because if it's a word of endearment, when they call you it, you should be happy. You should feel loved. But if a white person say, hey, what's up, my you ready to kill him. So is it a word of endearment? Or do you just feel like certain people only have endearment towards you?
Right.
Because it might be a white boy that's your man. You know, I mess with you, and I come to you as a white man and say, oh, what's good, my. So now, as I'm saying, what's good, my, why do you still want to hurt me? Right. Because I'm white? I thought it was a word of endearment. We're not in slavery no more because you use the word.
Right.
Like, faithfully, comfortably. So why, whoever says it, why does it matter?
I mean, so what happens if a white guy comes up to you and says, what's up, my.
I'm going to explain to him, I'm not a.
You wouldn't get violent?
No, I wouldn't get violent because I'm going to think either you off a little bit, you know, something wrong with you, or you got a hammer on you and you want me to jump out there.
Right.
So is everything is totally not worth it.
So what are things that you don't like about black people?
The mentality. Like I could literally, we walk in, it could be a tight spot and I might accidentally step on your sneaker. Shit, I might die that night for an accident. A genuine accident. It's possible you might kill me for your sneakers.
Why do you think black people act in that way?
I think they're angry because they're poor. They're angry because they don't have an education. Everybody think a white person is supposed to live and have a certain amount. Nothing's supposed to stop you from achieving your goal as a black man. You have the same mind as that person. Now, a lot of times it's who you know. You know, somebody might have a son that's coming out of college and you're going to give him a job on the strength of me. That's different. You know what I mean? But as far as you have the same opportunities I have.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's whether you want to go to school or not. Whether you want to get your education. Whether you want to strive to be better. It's all on you. Everybody stay on the corner and cry all day. Oh, ain't no jobs out there. Meanwhile, every store you walk by, it says, we're hiring. Scan the QR code or whatever.
Right.
Everywhere is hiring. But then they get mad when the Mexicans come and say, listen, I'm going to work anywhere. I need a job.
Right. Do you believe in like white privilege? And
No.
privilege? No.
It used to be like that, but no, I don't think there's no more white privilege. Now, white people may think they're privileged. Excuse me. White people might think they're privileged because they're white,
Right.
but there's no more white privilege. Like, anywhere you can go, I can go.
Right.
Anything you can do, I could do. It's all up to me. You know, there's no more going in a restaurant and I got to order from the back, or there's a water fountain in the mall and it says whites only. No, none of that, no more.
Right. So do you think like some black people may not think that? Like they may not.
No, white people, black people is always, you say that again, you said.
Like, do you think that there's some black people who still think that they can't go anywhere because of white privilege?
No. If they think that, that means that's the excuse they chose.
Right.
Because, like, right now, if I'm a young black man, I will go and get into electrical work or plumbing work. I know once I go take that trade and I come to get me a job, I can make me $40, $50, $60 an hour. Black people want shit to be given to them.
Right.
Yo, listen, I got this job here, man. Oh, thanks. You think it's gonna fall in your lap? You ain't go out and go get that job. You want shit to fall in your lap. Like if you come up, oh yeah, man, my man got a job now. Yeah, plug me in, man. I just got here. I just got plugged in.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the problem with black people. Black people want things to fall on their lap opposed to go and getting it.
Right. All right. So what's your take on like panhandlers? Like
I think that's that's a hustle now. Yeah. Everybody pick a street knowing that there's a lot of traffic where the car's going to stop at the red light. They could just go up asking, or they holding doors for you. You know, serious.
I was at the bank one day and a guy held the door for me and asked me for money.
Yeah.
And then got mad because I didn't give it to him. Like, I'm not obligated. You don't work for Chase. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. People, and then they get mad. You know, like I go to the supermarket and the doors is from sensors. They open on their own.
Right.
There's a guy literally standing out on the outside when you come out asking you for something, and it opens on his own.
Right.
So you just out here, and it's not so much like you hungry for your family hungry.
Right.
You asking for it because you either want to get drunk or you want to get high. So it's to the point where yeah, I'm good. I ain't got nothing for nobody.
Honestly, I feel like it's an excuse now, because like back then you probably would have got away with it, right? But now, you know, there's libraries. You can go print IDs.
Yeah.
You can go get an ID, go to the library and apply for jobs. And still panhandle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until you get there, you know. I think it's amazing.
It's crazy,
When's the
man.
last time you gave a panhandler?
Nothing. I don't do it.
Never.
I don't do it.
Never.
I don't do it. If there's an obstacle in front of you, if you can take care of it, do so. If you can't, walk around it and keep going, man.
Right.
People get stuck like, oh, if you can't do nothing with it, keep going.
Can you think of a situation you've probably been in that can describe that ever in life?
Well, it's like they're going to continue over and over and over to do the same thing. Like the mindset of is like you haven't broken that barrier yet. Don't you think it's time to find something else? You know, because now everybody want to make a record, or rather make a song. People say I'm old when I say record. But everybody want to make a song and smoking on somebody else's dead homies. Somebody that you didn't kill.
Some of them they don't even know.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like everybody want to rap and do that now. It's like nobody's saying, I'm going to get in the studio and I'm going to bust his ass. I'm going to write some shit. No, everybody want to talk about what they smoking on.
That's the new...
Yeah. I'm Gucci on
the
that.
new YN thing, right?
Yeah. See, because back in the day, they go in the studio and a nigga spit some shit. He like, oh, he talking about Big Daddy Kane, or he talking about, and he come back and he say something.
Yeah.
You know, it was when you had to use your mind.
All right, well, I see you into the rapping. What you think about Max B coming home? He's supposed to be coming home real soon, right? I think
I didn't even know he was coming home.
Supposed to be coming home this weekend, I think. Next weekend coming up.
But
probably.
a lot of them is getting locked up for faking. Like Chris Brown, what was that? Sweden, where he got locked up somewhere because you want to push an engine or whatever. You not a thug, man.
Dancing Chris Brown.
Yeah, and you know, dance. Granted, you could dance your ass off. Dance, you know what I mean? You wanna be, you and Drake throwing bottles at each other in the club. Come on, man. Go over there and pop off if you tough, pop off. Call Dana White and say, yo, listen.
Let's get in the ring.
Yeah, man, this nigga beefing, yo, promote this, man, get you some money.
All right, so a little more on the rapping, right? So this one's gonna be a good one, I think, right? What do you think about Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Oh, that nigga terrible. I'm gonna tell you this much.
Excuse me.
He's smart. He's a rat.
Smart ass kid.
He's a rat and out of pocket, but I don't blame him. I blame all the dudes that was around him that put him in that position to make him seem like, you know, I'm a killer too. You know, no, you're not. You know what I mean? And you showed who you are as far as this street shit. But he knew no matter what, whatever I say, niggas is going to click on it and get me a view.
Right.
So I'm going to eat off this shit. Being a rat, I'm going to eat off this shit.
So there's a lot of rumors going around, like people saying that anybody kind of who would have been in his situations.
Well, you can't trust a nigga with 8 and 9 different colors in his hair anyway. You haven't made up your mind. Well, you know, what you want it to be green?
Right.
Come on, man. Like, yo, make up your mind what you want your hair to be. You got all them different colors in your hair. Come on, man. Come on, man.
So apparently right now he's like at the stage of after, I guess, the Young Thug situation. I don't know if you heard about it. Young Thug supposedly spoke to cops before, so now the guy that was locked up and everybody was rooting for, they seen him in segregation room. I mean, they didn't see him; they heard the audio.
Who, Young Thug?
Yeah.
Oh.
So now I guess 6ix9ine took it to consideration to jump in and say, "Oh, he's a rat. If
yeah.
He's not a rat, I'm not a rat."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, listen. One thing I'm gonna tell you: a lot of these dudes who talk that kill and murder them up,
Right.
you know, that's not who you are. The reason why that's not who you are is because people are gonna talk about you, no matter what you do. People gonna be like, "Oh yeah, he about that work," because I done seen him. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You rapping about you being about that, I'm done with that. Because honestly, you got the microphone now. You can say whatever you want to say.
Right.
So, Young Thug, you know, save it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, because believe it or not, a lot of is going to tell, man. They don't want to do jail. They don't want to do no jail time, man. These people going to talk. They going to tell.
So there's a lot of people. I don't know if you're familiar with Wack 100.
Oh yeah, I don't like him either.
He
talked to me. He truly is one to act like he's that real thug.
He's I guess a guy that people look up to. I don't know.
Who?
I don't know, but I guess he posted a video saying there should be new street rules.
You didn't use my car. You brought it back to me. I jumped into it, hit some corners. Police pulled me over. Find something that ain't mine, that's yours. Hey, homie, what's up with it? Yeah, homie, I got pulled over. They found something in my whip, something that I know ain't mine. Now, within that 72 hours, I said 72 hours because maybe you got to get your bail money, go bust a couple moves, do a few things, you know, get your women if you got more than one, get them, you know, what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Sell cars, something, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And then go up there and claim your stuff. If not, that man can speak his truth. Hey, man, DA, I want to talk to you. I mean, listen, man. Again, this ain't how I feel it should go. These are the new rules that I feel best fits the new generation, the New Testament of the streets. Number 4, if a man takes a charge for another man, and they agree that the bond and the lawyer fees is supposed to be taken care of, and you breach that agreement, the man who took the charge can then cooperate against you. This is the new rule of the streets.
Yeah, that's a rat.
So you don't.
That's a rat, and that goes to show what type of person he is, because he gets on his podcast and he talks too much.
Right.
You know, because if you're really that big in the street, you talk too much about what goes on in the street. Right. You know, and you want to put yourself as this shot caller, like got to come holler at you. You know what I mean? Nobody know you. You know, you made a name for yourself from, you know, doing your little interviews and shit.
Right.
But under no circumstances, that's not a rat. That's a rat. Once you start giving information to the police for whatever reason, that's a rat.
Right.
If my man don't come and say, yo, that's his. Now, if he told me, yo, I got one in the car, and I'm like, all right, I just want to go, okay, I took that chance.
Right.
Now, if you have a gun in the car and you don't tell me, and you let me ride that car and I get pulled over, that is your job to come tell these people it's not mine. I mean, it's not his, it's mine.
Right.
You could contact me and say, yo, listen, I can't get this this charge right now, but I could drop off to your wife. Let me say yes or no to that.
Right.
You know, like, yeah, I'm going to drop your wife off, 25. Can you hold that down for me?
Right.
Let me. But if you get low and you left that gun in that car and you get low, we got beef for the rest of our life.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just made me do time for something that you should have had control over.
Right.
You should have said, wait, hold on, let me get this up out of here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or tell me, let me decide whether I want to drive this car or not.
Right, right.
But let me know. But by the police just find it and I don't know nothing about it, now me and you got beef. But me telling the police, nah, you ain't got no hours.
Right.
That's a rat.
So that kind of takes me back to Tekashi's situation.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want you to feel like I'm defending him or
No,
nothing. I'm
no,
not.
no.
Honestly, I really don't care what he got going on, but I do want to hear someone else's take on it. Right. So remember, supposedly these guys kidnapped him.
Yeah, I remember.
Threw him in the back of a trunk and stuff like that. They, I guess, sent threats to his mom in Mexico or something like
was
that.
sleeping with his girl or whatever.
He slept with his wife and things like that. So, and I guess people are still respecting him because, you know, people think he did the right thing.
No,
Coming from the street era, do you give him a bit of a slide?
No, he's a rat. No, he's a rat, no matter how you put it. The reason why is because you was the one portraying that you was this killer.
Right.
If these did all that, if they did all that to you and violated you like that, go see them.
Right.
If this is who you say you are, go see them. Under no circumstances, so you'll understand. The only people that's not a rat is law-abiding citizens.
People who don't portray themselves.
Yeah. If there's an old lady and she can't get in her building and there's a bunch of YNs there and she wanna call the cops, that's not being a rat.
Right.
She's a law-abiding citizen and the law or the officers are on her side.
Right.
And she can't get in the building. She pays rent there or whatever. So that doesn't make her a rat. But if you and you tell me, yo, y'all better stop this building, man, I'm gonna hurt one of y'all.
Right.
And I'm back in the building the next day, that means I want to see you hurt me. I don't want to see you call the boys on me.
Right, right. So pretty much, just for all the viewers out there, if you've ever said the word gang gang and decide to call the cops, you're a rat.
Yeah. You can't be on no tough shit,
Right.
and when it get too sticky, you call the boys.
Right, right.
If that's the case, be like a Eminem or LL and make music to make you feel good, like a Will Smith.
Right.
You don't hear them talk about shooting up and I done killed this one and
I mean, I heard M.
the only thing M want to do is kill his wife. He just want to kill his wife. You know what I mean? But serious, if you really think about it, all these talking about, yeah, I did this, I did that, and I'm about this, I'm about that. You're painting a picture to the world, you know, who you are. You're saying, I'm about that life. When shit gets too sticky, you start telling, you're not about that life.
Right.
Because all these Takashi was supposed to see on some street shit. Y'all snatched me. That was y'all that kidnapped me.
Right.
Y'all sending threats to my moms. Y'all sleeping with my girl. That's for him to be like, all right, I'm going to get at y'all. Not get at y'all like that.
Right. All right, so I kind of want to ask a question that's not based on rapping, right? What's your take on COVID, right? COVID-19.
Oh.
So there's a lot of rumors, like, you know, just different people, different questions and different, you know, myths. People saying it's like it's something made up. It's not. It's just a flu. Some people say, you know, and some people lost people from.
Yeah,
A lot of people
it's not
lost.
a flu.
Yeah, a lot of people lost.
It's not the flu at all.
So what's your take on it?
I think China committed chemical warfare.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you?
I think it was an act of war from China to America. And they can't strike us. But look how many people they killed in America.
So how do you think it got in?
From the flight. They came from China on the flight.
So you think one flight?
Yeah, whoever else is on the flight, if it's, say, 300 people, and I send 10 people with COVID,
right?
That was 310 people got COVID.
I mean,
and they go home to their families and to work, everybody else got COVID. And everybody at work go home to their families, they got COVID.
Right.
Hanging out with your friends, now they got COVID. It spread so fast that that's another thing about Trump and COVID. There's this author called Bob Woodward. He writes books about every president. Trump came to him, I want to say it was January, because he played all the tapes, so it ain't like this one is saying Trump said that or whatever. He played all the tapes, and Trump told him, an author, that, yeah, this is some deadly stuff, man. This is really some deadly stuff. Came to the American people and said, inject bleach.
I remember that.
Yeah, this is going to go away with hot weather.
That was insane.
Do you know, as the president of the United States, if you would have said, listen, mask up, stay away, it would have been so many less deaths.
Of course.
If you would have told them the truth. This is why I tell you, don't listen to him. You tell an author how dangerous this is, but you're going to tell us to inject bleach.
Yeah, that's
inject bleach. He said something like a cleansing. You know, he started doing this.
Yeah, I remember.
Something like a cleansing. I said, oh, shit. Like, this is what you feel about the people.
Right.
And think about it. They hired you again. They hired you again because you could only beat women.
Right.
America is not ready for a woman president. Damn sure not a black woman.
Do you think he fooled a lot of Democrats?
No, not Democrats at all. He fooled a lot of black people. Look what he did. He went to the International Black Journalists Convention where all the black journalists is there. And, you know, anyway, he went there and he started attacking one of the ladies already. Then he threw it out there that Kamala Harris wasn't black.
I remember that.
And when you start going to barbershops and everything, what do you think of? I mean, I told you she wasn't black. Eh? Now, this is the blackest, this girl is black. Like, you know, like what I mean by that is she got a little ghetto in her, but she doesn't show it.
Right.
But a lot of people, I think you was one of them, not you, but people was telling me that she was sending people to jail for weed.
Right.
At the time.
I think she was a district attorney.
Exactly.
Like that.
That's what I'm saying. So it wasn't on her. When the state attorney general says this one's getting charged, this one's getting charged, they give cases to all the prosecutors, to all the district attorneys. Right. So you got to prosecute your case. So it wasn't like she was the one running around locking people up for weed.
Right.
The officers was locking people up for weed. The case landed on the attorney general's desk, and the attorney general will give it to whoever they're gonna give it to. So it could have been you, me, and this is not in no defense to her at all, because I think she was the wrong person to be president anyway. But what I'm saying is people hear things and they jump on it. Like they hear her locking people up for weed. Think about it. She can't go around just locking people up. Right. It's the police that have to lock you up for weed.
Right.
I'm talking about the police, the regular police. They lock you up for weed. Right. The case comes to the Attorney General desk, and she passes out who she wants to prosecute cases. So if you working for and they give you a case, what you gonna say? Because it's weed, I'm gonna get this one thrown out? Right. No, because that goes on your record.
Of course.
And at the end of the day, if weed is illegal, don't get caught.
Right.
But now that see, people, they don't put themselves back in that time. What I mean by that is weed was illegal. Granted, it's legal now in California, but weed was illegal.
Right.
So, and even in different states, like if you come up in the Northeast, people was getting locked up for weed. Or some officers didn't want to be bothered with it, but if they wanted to lock you up, they could have locked you up.
Right.
You know, so the point I'm making is it was a lot of negative things that see Trump did not want to go to jail. That's why he was trying everything in the world. Right. Hey, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. No, he couldn't do none of that, but the fact that he's saying it, it was making everybody like, okay, Trump's gonna try to do this. But by him saying that Kamala Harris wasn't black, that I found out she was black yesterday or some shit like that, he said. It made everybody else start saying, yeah, she's not black because she's married to a white man. Right. And she's light-skinned and, you know, she's not like Michelle Obama. You know, you could see Michelle Obama is tough, got an edge to her. Right. So that's why they could never mistake Michelle Obama not being black or Kamala Harris not being black.
All right, so speaking of weed, right, I wanted to ask you, because recently, I don't know if you heard, but Trump, he's on his third Venezuelan, I believe it's a Venezuelan boat, a boat coming from Venezuela, filled with what he says. Nobody has proof yet.
Yeah.
You know, what he says is narcotics, drugs, you know, fentanyl, and I guess he's declaring it as a
act of terrorism.
Act of terrorism. And he blew up 3 boats with people on them, but just still hasn't showed proof yet. What is your take on that?
That's murder.
Flat out.
Because if you look at speedboats, and if something's on there, it doesn't look like a whole lot.
Right.
So my thing is like,
It's a small boat.
Yeah, so my thing is like, was anything on there or what was on there? Because they showing the boats they bombing the boats. You have to show proof that there's drugs on there, man.
Right. I mean,
you just bombing these people.
I understand that, right? A lot of people have different perspectives to that, right? And they say, you know, because a lot of people have, you know, people who family who passed away from these kind of drugs that they're bringing into the state, to the country. And some people are like, yeah, it's murder, bro. Like we don't see no drugs.
Yeah.
Right? But now we didn't get to see Osama bin Laden's body. We didn't see the proof.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of.
But you got the SEAL team that's separated from Obama. They in the military. You have one guy doing the interview saying he's the one that killed Obama. You got other guys saying, Osama. You got other people from the SEAL team talking about, oh yeah, he dead. We was over his body or whatever. But you can't take pictures because it goes against what they believe in.
Right.
He also allowed them to give him his proper burial in the water.
Right. I think they brought him to the U.S., right?
No, I don't know where they brought him, but it's certain about Muslims. You're supposed to be able to let them have some type of ceremony and place them in the water or something.
Right.
But he was just glad he was dead. Like, he was dead. Y'all can do whatever y'all want.
So if, like, Trump was to release the proof on the narcotics on the boat, would it change your...
No.
You still don't think it, like...
That's murder.
Right.
Because if they had drugs on the boat, stop the boat, lock them up.
Right.
That's
And
what that's
they've
what
been doing it for years.
No, but what I'm saying is that don't cause for a person to die.
No, of course.
Like if you bringing drugs over here to America, I'm with agreeing that you get more time
Right.
than everybody. If that's the case, if you bringing it from one country to another, okay, give them more time.
Right. You can still label it as an act of terrorism.
Yeah.
But just carry it a different way.
But the killing, nah. You know, because at the end of the day, if it was, you would have seen the video of them loading the drugs on the
Everything.
boat.
Right. Right.
You just see a boat racing in the water, and then next thing you know, it blows up.
Yeah. Obliterated.
Yeah.
That's Trump's favorite word. Too.
Yeah.
Obliterated. All right. Let's go to history. Right. So, what's your take on Martin Luther King?
I don't like him.
Why not?
I don't like him because he imposed his dream on all of the African Americans. If you had a dream, take that shit up with your family. That's your dream. It ain't mine. These people don't want us to go to their school. They don't want us to ride their buses. They don't want us to eat in their restaurants. Okay, you don't want me, I don't want you either.
Right.
So my thing is, you fighting so hard to be a part of the white culture or the white people or whatever you want to say it, when they don't want you. But the problem is you took that upon yourself to try to push for black people. Nah, man, if that's a dream that you have, see if your kids could get to that school.
Right.
Leave mine alone. You know, I get it. You're nonviolent. They slap you. You turn the other cheek. Chances are they're going to slap that cheek too. Yeah, because they don't know how to stop.
Right.
You know, they don't know how to stop. So by you, some of us do believe if you slap me, I'm going to slap you back. Not going to turn the other cheek. But if that's what you believe, fine. Leave that shit with your family.
Right.
You don't push that on millions of families, man. Because at the end of the day, again, they don't want us in their schools. They don't want us in their restaurants. They want us to go to the back of the bus. Do you know it was like 800,000 people that marched? Something like that. 800,000. Now, you could go to everybody that believe in your cause, and you could get $1 a week. That's like $1 million a week.
Right.
$4 million a month. $48 million a year. You could do whatever you want.
Right.
You could do your own bus line. You could do your own schools, build your own schools. And who's going to be more passionate about teaching little black kids? Older black women.
Right.
Because they're going to teach them discipline. You're going to have some act right.
Of course.
And you're going to study. And they're going to be more passionate and loving about teaching you. Right. Not going to some school or white professors who don't want you there. Now, you really believe that they're going to teach us to the best of their ability? Hell no.
Right. I mean, you mentioned a little bit more of how teachers, teach you discipline. They teach you, of course, the books. What is your take now on how, even parents and teachers can't even discipline anymore their children?
Well, that's because a lot of parents did mess up and they went from discipline to abuse. Right. So they try to give the child a voice, but they're out of control. See, because I couldn't have me a little child right now. I'm going to beat his ass. Yeah, I'm going to beat his ass. If you want to call the cops, be my guest. They're going to take you out of here, and all this good shit you got is not going with you. So if you want them to take you to another family, that's what you want, be my guest. This is Papa, where the truth hits harder than Mommy's slipper.
Peace.